Hello guys, welcome to another Blender tutorial. Today let's finish up our character, and in the next tutorial we are going to do something we've never done before, which is facial expression. So the first thing we are going to do is say I go add the eyebrow. So I go select these three faces where you see, so P to separate selection, and then this one right here go get all the modifiers the body where we cut down from get. So let me change this to global view, and from edit mode now I could try to scale all this inward. I think proportional editing they on. So excuse me. So I could just try to adjust them a bit and not go waste time on all these things. So actually this video they fast forwarded, so when I think this thing done they perfect, I could just go to the modifier and I go add a mirror modifier to mirror this model. Okay, the first thing we I had is solidify modifier to give it some thickness, like so. You go fit increase the thickness from the modifier panel, and I go do a little bit of adjustment. So now the next modifier where I go add now mirror modifier to mirror this object to the other side of the character. So I go first place the cursor to the origin like so. I know say this all these things now not they new to you again. Just so I go set origin geometry to origin, and then I go add an empty. This is another skill where you go fit, you go rename them, where you go fit mirror your object. So you go just add an empty to your screen and then select this object now, choose mirror modifier, and from this place you go find center. That's the empty where you just add now, and then I could just apply this. I'm using Blender 2.90, so some settings don't they different a bit. So now I go select the eyeball, and then I go try to you know uh select just this one, and then I don't duplicate the eyeball. So as I duplicate I apply the mirror modifier. No, I just duplicate them, and then from this side now, which I go do be say I go rotate this guy in y-axis 90 degree. You go to see, if you see to your left, you go to see everything I dey press on my screen. And that's because my screencast they on. So now that I don't rotate them in y-axis, I could go to edit mode. Remember, say I duplicate my eye. Now why I fit have now why I have this guy where they edit now. So I go select this edge loop in the middle. I'll go into wireframe, so I go make sure see now the middle where I don't select. So I go hide them with H, and then I go select all this one with L, and then press Alt H to unhide something where I just hide now, then press P to separate them. So now if you just do what I just explained, you go have these two separate objects. So I go name this one eyelid up, this one where they down, I go name them eyelid down. So the next step we say I go add mirror modifier to mirror this guy to the other side. I hope say you sabi how I arrive at this thing. So before I mirror this guy now, I go try to rotate am. Wetin I dey try build na the eyelid. So now this thing go allow our character to be able to blink. So wetin I realize from my own video is that I know boolean these two objects. Let's add solidify modifier like so to give arm some thickness, and I go copy the thickness, the modifier where I just add to this guy, I go copy am to the other one. So select the one wey no get modifier, select the one wey get modifier, and press Ctrl L and then choose modifier. So you go link the exact data wey you have for the previous one. So I go just apply all this modifier, solidify modifier, and then I go select these two now, press slash key to isolate them to see properly if then they where I want them make them day. So I could just quickly go into sculpting mode, like from your ready-made screen, and I go begin to the sculpt this guy. So I could turn on photo dynamic topology and then choose constant detail. You don't need all these things where they tell you now, but just follow as I do. So in future we're going to explain more about sculpting because now another topic on its own. So I turn off wire mirror in in the x-axis. So you don't see them as if you dey follow my cursor, you go see the settings where I dey make. So I just dey reduce and increase the strength. So this go allow me to control the amount of influence where this thing they get, where my cursor they get on my model. So I just want to draw the shape of eyelid here. So I could just move that side, go up a bit. So I go select this other one and then choose from my two shelf. Now grab where I choose, so you go fit do the same thing from your own blender too. So I gotta move this guy come down like so. If they enter from here, I go go to side view and I go try to push him forward like so. Like say they grab and drag. So if you press left click to grab and then you go fit drag am with your mouse key. By now you should know all these basic things. So I could just shape the eyelid to that. So the eyelid now still get the mirror texture where I give the eyeball. So I go remove the texture from material panel so that whenever I go to render mode you go see the eyelid and not just something very transparent, because right now it is transparent. So now what you go do, I go just link the modifier because I don't add the mirror modifier to the eyelid down. So I go do the same thing by selecting the one where no get the modifier first and the one we get modifier last. You can see the eyelid now, but you know get the skin texture. So we go fit just go to the material and choose the skin texture ourselves. That one day easy. So I could go to material now and then I go start to dey give all these things material. The eyebrow supposed be black. So if I go to render mode so that we could see what we they do. So for the hair, I just do a little bit of adjustment like the color, and then I do a little bit of sculpting to just give it more style. You go just sometimes there are things where we say you go just want correct as I don't turn off mirror, so I go fit edit one side without touching the other side. So now this style where I want give my own character. If you get any style where you want, this tutorial no be to just make this character exactly as the reference, but just to give you the reference is just for reference purpose, just so the thing go fit guide you through, so you're not gonna do guesswork. So as well I want do my hair, so I just go to sculpt mode, choose all these tools. You go fit experiment any of this, since you get Ctrl Z for your keyboard where you go fit press to undo anything where you do where you no like. So and that's why I dey do my own thing. So if you adopt them, bad. So now for this video I don't think I had the material for the eyelid, but you go fit add them. So what I just do be say I unhide my bones and then I turn on cavity just so I go fit this see my character even more. I don't really know what cavity means, but I know what it go do for me. So I could just delete all these bones from one side because I want correct these bones. I want correct the position, like the location of all these bones now. So I could just do a little bit of tweaking. Your own feet no need any tweaking, but my own need a little bit of tweaking. So I go align this thing back to the middle of the hand like so. Just select everything and move it back. See this tutorial now to just finish up our character before we start facial expression. So I go try move this to the elbow, and then I go add another bone where I know add. This could be the shoulder. They call it clavicle. You can call it clavicle, but for the sake of not forgetting, let's call it shoulder. So I go put down for around where the shoulder dey, so that when we reapply our wetin dem dey call am our weight, e go just help us the one before no go just overlap this one. You go know wetin, you go understand wetin I dey talk by the time we add weight. So wetin I go do here be say I go move the bottom go forward like so, and then make sure the thing slant and dey aligned with the upper arm bone. So I go try move this one down a bit. I no dey satisfied with the position. So it's up to you, because your own fit dey different to my own. So wetin you see say e dey off from where e suppose dey, na you go just try to change like that. So yeah, go move this, go up. And now that we don't set everything to desired place, so I could just select everything from this side. I could select all the bones from okay, wetin I dey do now is be say I wan rename this bone. So sometimes you go forget where you go fit do some things. So now I just dey find the place where I go rename this bone. So yeah, this is the place. So I will just name am shoulder, and then I go press .L just to give it, every other bone is labeled .L, so that by the time we symmetrize these parts of the bone now, then this blender go do its magic and symmetrize just like that, and you have your bones to the other side. So if I click on, before I go to click on flip names, I go in and turn on names, so you go fit see the names, and I see that I no need to even flip names again, because as I don symmetrize am, computer don know say e suppose rename all those things for me. Say na .L dey there before, now na .R. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned, and next tutorial is gonna be lit. Yeah, bye bye.